Hello, it's me, and I'm back. I'm here today in a place that is not listed on the internet whatsoever, that I am sure is private property, and that I'm sure I don't have access to. The government, that's a joke, okay? That's a joke. Don't arrest me. The camera's like rattling. Why? Today feels like the last day of summer, which is weird to say considering it's the middle of November, but there's this certain muskiness to summer, or this certain like smell, right? And it was just there today, and it hasn't been there in weeks. So this is officially the last day of summer ever. No more summer ever again. Today is Thursday, November 5th. I think that this is gonna be posted in about like a week and a day from now. Just a second, I'm gonna get to a place where I can rest soon and I can actually like speak without like not being able to breathe, so. Okay, here I am. Right now I'm on about a half-mile hike. I'm going up to this weird like gorge thing in the middle of the ground. I'm pretty sure it was a quarry. It's actually a discontinued road that was owned by my town, and it goes like nowhere. It just goes to this quarry, and it's really interesting. I just realized, just a second, I just realized I said half-mile hike. This is a 1.5 mile hike. I'm pretty sure people still use this road. I don't know why, but there are like fresh tire tracks everywhere, and there's like new gravel put on the road. It's weird. I don't know. Is there some like secret lab up here? I have no idea. Right through there is the power lines. It's crazy to me how far these things go. Like you never notice that these lines are like there until you're like right up next to them and you come to somewhere like this, and they just go on forever. It's also partially, I think, because nothing here where I live goes on forever. I live in like New England, and everything's covered by trees and debris and garbage. But that right there goes on for miles upon miles, and it's just it's quite a sight. Check this out. Check this out. Hey, it's me, Casey Neistat. I think I've recorded over like 5 minutes of footage without realizing that I was in picture mode and it wasn't recording, so that's great. Also, like, this is another weird thing about where I live, is once it's past fall, nothing looks good, because everything looks like this, right? Everything looks like this. And it's just a mess. And it looks awful. I'll see what I can do, pulling like pictures from this trip. Probably won't have many, but I did take some pictures of the big poles, so those will be on screen right now. I swear, right now, it's like, just a second. Huh. I think I figured out why there are new track marks up here. It's almost like the sun is almost gone right now, and it's like 3 p.m. It's like you have like 30 seconds once you're out of school to like do something, or there's no outside. It's great. There's some signs up here. I have to blur that out because you can't know where that is, but, so this is the other end of the road. We found it. I found it. I don't know who to credit to this. Thank you, Google Maps. Just a second, let me get closer. Look at that. That's our quarry. So I went here when I was like 8 with my dad. I remember he dragged me out of bed at like 10 in the morning. It might have been later than that. It might have been like 10 or 11. But he dragged me out of bed at like 10 a.m. And I remember being really mad because I was just like, oh my god, it's so early in the morning. It wasn't early in the morning, but you get the point. And then he dragged me up here. And I remember I hated every second of it till the end. And I saw like where we were, and I was just in awe. Like, it's one of those things with like the power lines. It's so big for here, right? Anywhere else, this would just be like a pit in the ground. But here, this is huge. I really don't know whether it was big because I was young and tiny, or if it was big because it was actually really big. So this is gonna be like a reveal, I guess. We'll see if my 11-year-old, 10-year-old, 8-year-old judgment was good or not. I'm pretty sure this part of the road specifically is a public property because we saw those discontinued signs, and there's one at each end of it. And so if that's the end, this is completely public, and I'm in the clear. All the footage I've taken is from right here, okay, government? You got it. I just put in a new battery, so it won't run out anytime soon. Imagine if it had run out right before, like, I got to the big, like, climax. That was just it. It was just like, all right, well, there you go. It's right through here. The sun is actually, like, up out here, which is weird. It's normally, like, completely gone by now. There it is. Now that I'm here, it definitely looked as big as it was because I was young. How incredibly huge I am, it looks puny to me. It's still kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. It's serene up here. Even though I'm next to a pit filled with brown muddy water that you can't see the bottom of. It's still really cool. I mean, like, it's still like a pit in the ground, obviously, so it's not like, whoa, but it's still like someplace different around here, which isn't usual. I remember when I came here first, I went over here, and there's just like all these really cool places I think will be to camp. Cause look, it's like squishy ground, and like look, it's like, ooh, it's a little burrow. Ooh. It also might have seemed bigger to me. Because it was like 3 hours before I should have woken up. I was just like, whoa, I was not expecting this. Is that a rake? That is a rake right down there. But just like the plastic part, what happened? All right, I think I just found out that my microphone was disconnected for the entirety of that last monologue, but screw you, okay? Screw you. You don't... If I end up not being able to include it. Basically, places like this are really cool to me because these places are complete secrets, right? They're places that have not been documented at all. This is the first time it's on video, I think. They haven't been documented at all. They haven't been posted about on the internet. They haven't been recorded. And there's something a little bit special about that. There's something kind of cool, kind of serene about being in a place that nobody in the world knows about. So, this is just somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And if you go back 200-300 years, maybe like 50 years, I have no idea when this was in, you know, there's a bird. I have no idea when this was in use. So you can probably find documents of it, but go to it. But there are so many places like this that you can't do that for, that you can't find a single document for, that are known only by like 40 or 50 people, right? Because I'm like one of the very few people who know this. Max 150 people know about this because my town is tiny, right? And only local residents would know about it. The logging company might know about it, so that's like add another 50 because only the government probably knows about this. And the family that owns it, so maybe 6 people, another family, another 6, let's add like 20 locals, right, whatever. And then my family, which is 5 people who know about it. And that would be a total of like 100 max people, 150, just being generous. And those are the only people who have the means, who have the understanding, who know how to get here. And there's something so cool about that. The fact that I'm the only one who comes here and looks at the ground and I'm like, wow, they're like weird little pink rocks, like what the hell, you know? And I'm like one of the very few people who can experience that, and there's so many places in the world like that. I think that that's just really fantastic and really interesting. It's a really interesting feeling. It's so quiet up here. Like, listen. There's nothing. There's nothing. There are birds. There's some wind. There's a guy 5 miles away on his bulldozer. But other than that, there's no sound. And it's like this weird change of pace. It's so nice. Anyway, that's about it. So yeah, I just a little bit about me, why I made this. So I made this because, 1, this is such a cool place and I want to do this. But 2, I have to make it right now because soon it's going to be winter, soon it's going to snow. It's already snowed twice. Luckily it's all gone, but it's snowed twice so far and it's going to snow again and it's going to be awful. Winter is always awful for these things. So this is probably the last one you're going to see for a while, unless the winter holds off a little bit, which I highly doubt it will. This is like the first activity of the day I've done because I woke up at around 1:30 p.m. And that's because I was editing a podcast with me and Watson in it, which you can find in the description. Yeah, go watch my garbage. So we're just the cast, the only cast. We are the #1 podcast on Spotify and iTunes, and we haven't even released an episode. You don't want to miss out. Also, I'm so sorry about my hair. My hair is I just washed it like an hour and a half ago, and it's awful. It's like getting in my face constantly. Anyway, that's about it. The sun's going down. It's a lovely evening, if you can call 4 p.m. an evening. And that's about it. I'm gonna go try to take some pictures. Those are on screen right now. I'm not sure how good they're gonna turn out because the lighting's basically gone. But you know what? It's all right. We can fix stuff up in post. Anyway, that's it. That concludes Secrets, which I think is what I'm gonna call this video. Either that or The Place. Just The Place. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to me. And that's about it. Thank you again. Goodbye. Oh, and also make sure to subscribe.